and this is the global forecast for the whole of 2018. I started doing big time forecasts and sending them out to people via email around about 2001, 2002. I started doing video forecasts big time around 2011. So this is the 16th or 17th time I've done a global forecast for the year ahead. So you'd think I'd be getting used to it by now, becoming an old hand at it. But tell you what, I've never seen a year ahead as interesting, stimulating and potentially challenging as 2018. And that's not to say it's all year, but it is to say there's certain trigger points where it's looking crazy. So let's have a look at what's coming up over the year. The big one over the course of the year, at least at the superficial level. I'm just amazed that no other astrologers seem to be picking up on this. I'm out on a limb here. I thought other astrologers have been talking about this for months to come. The big one on the surface is May. But there's even bigger stuff coming up that not many people have talked about yet in July. So let's have a look. Let's start off with the easy stuff. January's not easy, particularly as during January there's going to be a lot of planets in Capricorn, and from the 14th to the 17th of January there will be 6 planets in Capricorn at that time: the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Saturn and Pluto. And there will be a conjunction of the Sun, Venus and Pluto, all sextiling Mars over the 8th to the 10th of January. And over the 14th to the 17th, when there's the 6 planets there, there's also on the 17th the Capricorn new moon square Uranus. So I do really anticipate during the middle of January, over the 14th to the 17th, some type of specific development and event globally that's going to in many ways set the tone for the year. I think it's likely to be quite a challenging time, quite confrontational. It's going to push a lot of people's buttons, and it's going to really challenge the status quo in a number of ways. Whether it's economic, political, military, I'm not sure. But it's a dodgy time. For those people that are prepared to grab the moment and move with the flow and take chances, it'll be all right. Chances, not risks. For those that try and make things rigid and are inflexible, it's going to be a really challenging time. February is quiet. March is quiet-ish. April's interesting, primarily because there's a Mars-Saturn conjunction squaring Mercury over the period of the 2nd to the 5th of April. This could be quite argumentative, more so at the personal level for individuals rather than collectively, I think, although there is a slight militaristic attitude here. Mars conjunct Saturn in early Capricorn, squaring Mercury in early Aries, could be quite militaristic, could be quite contentious for a few days. Even more significant is the middle of the 3rd week of April. We've got a Mercury standing still going forwards. We've got Saturn standing still going backwards, and we've got Pluto standing still going backwards. So there's 3 planets stopping, either starting or stopping, going retrograde in the space of a week. So that 3rd week of April, the 15th to the 17th, that's going to be that's going to see a change of course in a number of different ways. May is one of the 2 big ones. May is an absolutely crazy month. During May, there's an 8-day period where all hell's going to break loose. We've got the Sun moving into Taurus in that period. This is the period of the 13th to the 21st of May. We've got the Sun moving into Gemini. We've got the new moon at the end of Taurus. We've got Mercury moving into Taurus, Venus moving into Cancer, Uranus moving into Taurus, Mars moving into Aquarius. And there will be a time when Mercury and Uranus will be together, moving into Taurus, squaring Mars at the beginning of Aquarius. This is an extremely volatile and explosive aspect. This is happening over the 12th to the 16th of May. All of this is happening at 0 degrees of the fixed signs, particularly strong in aspect to the British royal family, with the Queen with her son at 0 Taurus, Prince Charles with the moon at 0 Taurus, Prince William with Jupiter at 0 Scorpio. I cannot help but feel that at this time, in the middle of May, 13th to the 21st of May, there is going to be some very significant developments around the British royal family, which will then impact onto the British constitution, nation, and thus into the world. I note with interest that Prince Harry is supposed to be getting married on the 19th of May. Be interesting to see if that happens. Not holding my breath. And I do think that this is a time of radical change. Radical change. At the end of June, there is a full moon in Capricorn. Let me get this right. At the end of June, on the 28th of June, there is a full moon exactly conjunct Saturn. 6 degrees of Capricorn, exactly conjunct Saturn. And this to me is the start of a month period which is the most critical time of 2018. On the 28th of June, the full moon is exactly conjunct Saturn. On the 13th of July, there is a partial eclipse of the Sun at 20 degrees of Cancer, exactly opposite Pluto. So you've got full moon conjunct Saturn, new moon exactly opposite Pluto, followed by, on the 27th of July, a total eclipse of the moon at 4 degrees Aquarius, exactly conjunct Mars. So new moon conjunct Saturn, full moon opposite Pluto, new moon conjunct Mars. All of these exact. This is explosive. This is aggressive. This is volatile, militaristic. There's going to be some type of radical shift that's going to have an element of subversiveness about it. We're going to see the pressure build at the end of June, and there's going to be some yes, no, black, white decisions made, which will then result in some type of subversive action around the new moon opposite Pluto, leading to some type of surgical strike or some type of impulsive, volatile, direct action happening around the new moon, the full moon conjunct Mars on the 27th of July. This is a critical period. I've never seen anything really like this. So July next year, caution. Pay attention to your gut instinct. Pay attention to the news. Be careful what you do, all of us at that time. By the time we're into August, things have really calmed down. It's quiet. September, quiet. October, the full moon in October is conjunct Uranus, strongly. But I think this will be the final act of the stuff that's going on over May, June, July. And it'll bring some type of permanent solution. It'll be some type of clearing, direct conclusion to what's been going on earlier in the year. And by the time we're into November and December, there's little happening. So it could be said, astrologically speaking, that the period of mid-May to late July is very much the crunch time. And particularly in July with those 3 moons, the 2 full moons and the new moon, all conjunct or opposite Mars, Saturn, Pluto, all to a degree of exactness. Challenging is one way of putting it. I shall be focusing on this more and more the closer we get to it. Be cautious around this time. It's going to change the world. Change is good, however it comes. Better to be changeable than boring. But at the same time, there's no need for radical change in a way that's disruptive, chaotic or dramatic. So I am holding my breath at this time. Apart from that, it's quite a good year. Big thank you to all of you out there who have supported me and helped me over the last couple of years, over the last 7 or 8 years that I've been doing videos. I will continue to pump out as much free astrology into the world as I possibly can. It's my calling. It's what I'm supposed to be doing. Thank you for all your support. Have a great year. Catch you over the coming year. Cheers. Bye.